That's right. I remember thinking to myself, speak Portuguese, not English.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
So we are back again to record a video for you guys, our first after Priscilla's laparoscopy surgery. You may or may not have noticed that we missed a video for the first time ever this last week. We put up 3 videos every week like clockwork, and this last weekend Priscilla just wasn't feeling well enough for us to be able to sit down and record for you guys. But we're back today, back to our normal schedule, and here to fill in the blanks for you on exactly how everything went for us.
Yeah, so we thought that we would sit down today and talk about how the actual surgery went, because you guys saw in our vlog our last vlog, how the day went, so I guess we covered that pretty well. But the actual surgery and the recovery process, for those of you who are curious and actually are going to go through laparoscopy as well. So the actual moment of surgery went quite well. I remember being woken up and they were rolling me to recovery, and the very first sensation I remember was I was very cold and I was shivering with, you know, feeling very, very cold, and perhaps this was a consequence of the anesthesia. So they had a portable heater with a hose that came out of it, and they put it under my blanket to heat me up. And then after, when I was actually warm, that's when it really hit me that I was in a lot of freaking pain. And my doctor came in at the same time, and mind you that between the moment that this all happened, maybe a minute or 2 had lapsed, you know. So in my mind, obviously I was very groggy and still just, you know, out of anesthesia at that point, so I can't really make up time. But I just remember being cold and being pain, and then my doctors were there all of a sudden. Obviously they're probably like, there's a moment that passed.
How can you keep it all straight though after you've just gone through that? Yeah,
so my doctors went there, and I remember talking to my doctor and telling myself, Priscilla, focus, because you must remember this answer. And then she told me that my tubes are free. That's all I remember. My tubes are free.
You said you had to remember to speak in Portuguese also. Because you were afraid that you were going to say something in English and she wouldn't understand that it would be important. So you had to keep it straight in your head.
Yeah, and so that's right. I remember thinking to myself, speak Portuguese, not English. It's hard to be bilingual because of that, because you don't know what your brain is gonna be speaking or thinking it.
I get it.
So anyways, I asked her, you know, how it went, and I just remember this answer: the tubes are free, and then we removed the cyst. That's what I remembered at the time. And obviously she did tell me, you know, that she was gonna come the next day and talk to me in detail. And then after, you know, this moment, I was in excruciating pain, and then I was shaking, and I just remember I started crying. It was almost like an instinctive reaction that I had, that my body had. I just started crying because I was in so much pain. And the nurse came immediately and administered pain medication right away. And I remember that moment didn't last that long, but in my head it lasted for so long, because that's all I could concentrate on was that awful, horrible pain that I was in after surgery.
Well, all this was happening. They telephoned up to the room where I was with Priscilla's mom, and then Celia, her mom, was able to go down to this waiting area and then ultimately accompany Priscilla back up and to the room.
Yeah. So, and then for me, I remember just, again, being in recovery, and then they rolled me out of recovery, and my mom was there, and I was so happy to see her. I remember I was like, Mom, like a little kid. But I think
nice, though. That's what we all need in that moment.
It's comforting to see your loved ones when you just went through a trauma. So my mom and the, you know, some other hospital staff just took me up to my room. They put me on my bed, and that was it.
Yeah,
it was
and you
lights
guys
out.
saw from there.
Yeah,
you know, it was. But you still wanted to talk to the camera. Like that was not me.
Yeah.
Putting the camera in Priscilla's face. She told me to bring over the camera because she wanted to say these things in case she forgot. She wanted to remember what the moment was like. So you still talked to the camera, and then it was sort of lights out after that. And it was a few hours of, you know, fitful sleep because staff was in and out of the room. Yeah. And this was already really late by the time you got back up to the room. And then
that was a late surgery. Yeah. And some of you actually asked us why the surgery went so late, and it's just because my doctor, she operates at night in this hospital. This is usually her schedule, and a surgery like this can take anywhere between like 45 minutes to 2 hours, 2+ hours, and then you have recovery and then everything.
And this one took about those 2 hours also, and then it was another close to 2 hours of recovery. So it was like me wandering the halls of a pretty empty hospital at night for, like 4 hours. Got some dinner in there, got a little food, and kept ourselves busy, but it was a long wait.
Yeah, so after that, I slept in the hospital and then got discharged the next day and came home. And then the first day I was fine because I think, I was still under anesthesia perhaps, or like pain meds from the hospital.
Those intravenous pain medications, they're so strong.
Yeah.
And we had stopped by the pharmacy on the way back from the hospital to pick up the prescription pain medication.
Yeah.
And I remember you must have taken some that night, but you seemed to be doing really well still that first night after we got back.
The first night was fine. And then the second day after I came back home, it was, I think, for me the hardest because I felt my throat was quite swollen from, I guess, the intubation, during surgery. And I remember I couldn't sleep well because I kept feeling like a feeling of choking throughout the night, and it was difficult. But as far as pain, I felt that I managed my pain really well. I didn't have any sort of like horrible pain episodes after surgery. I'm doing really well right now. I'm not feeling 100% myself. Obviously, I mean, it hasn't even been a week since surgery.
Really, your energy is just down, right? I mean,
my energy's down.
Yeah, in the days that followed, and especially that very next day, like the energy was just through the floor. It was just a lot of trying to make Priscilla comfortable here on the bed, resting. I would just, got her all set up with the computer and some Netflix and a big glass of water, and you just relaxed. You weren't much out of the bed all day long.
No,
so.
But other than, low energy, I didn't feel any other symptoms. I wasn't nauseated. I was able to eat fine, completely okay. Again, I was managing pain, and I wasn't even taking that much pain medication. I really only took when I felt that I needed, after the first 2 days. And I was fine. I don't feel any pain right now. I'm feeling fine. I'm walking around slowly, but I'm not like obviously going to the gym and like lifting weights.
Definitely. But I mean, you've gone from the first couple of days needing help out of bed, to all of a sudden like you're back and on your feet. And it's funny for me because it looks like, Priscilla's 100% back to normal, but yet you still have the weight restrictions.
Right.
You still shouldn't be lifting things and overexerting yourself.
Yeah.
And even while we sit here and record this,
it's tiring for me.
It's still tiring. I mean, you won't see it, but there was a break where it was just like, let's take a moment and collect it.
Yeah. So as far as the result of the surgery, as far as we know, because we still have our doctor's appointment coming up this Wednesday. So when you guys see this video, it will be Tuesday. The following day, we have a follow-up appointment with my doctor to remove the stitches and to figure out exactly what happened, or get the real details.
And we'll take the camera, and if we can put it up on Thursday, we will. If the appointment goes too late and we're just not able to edit it all, we'll get it up for Saturday. Definitely for you guys.
For sure. But as far as we know, the best news we could have had at this point is that there's no endometriosis. I don't have endometriosis, which was the #1 concern that we had. Also, second best news, my tubes are free and clear. They're unblocked. They're in the right place. They're ready to go. They're perfect. And the only thing though at this point is that my ovaries, what she found is that both my ovaries have quite a lot of cysts, small cysts, like we knew from ultrasounds, and because of I have PCOS. But my right ovary especially is quite enlarged and hardened. So she removed a sample of that ovary, a cyst, a bigger cyst that she could find there. She removed it and we sent it to be biopsied. We're not going to have the result until September 9th, which is still, a few days away. But as soon as we do get the result back, we'll know more how to proceed with our infertility treatment.
It'll help our doctor make an informed decision about exactly what steps we take forward next. But we feel good, we feel like this is best news we could have come out of this surgery with, and now at least we're we're hopefully getting close to being back on track so we can take some steps forward together and make some progress and work toward that success.
Yes.
So thanks guys for watching this. I hope that it helps to catch you all up, get you all back up to speed, and now you know what it is that we're facing moving forward. If you did like this video, definitely give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below, a lovely comment like you always do, and do subscribe if you have not, and we'll be back with 2 more videos yet this week for you guys.
Bye.
Bye guys.